You just finished your briefing, so tell us the status of the Morrell complex fires right now.
Well, I got to tell you, having that the cooler temperatures and the light winds and increase in humidity over the last couple of days has really helped. Crews have made a lot of great progress on this fire in the last couple of days. We are gearing up. Humidity is supposed to be dropping a little bit here and warming up temperatures. So, we're gearing up again. But as of right now, we do have some black line in, and things are definitely headed in the right direction.
What's the strength of the size of the fire right now, and is there any containment?
So currently we're saying that we're at about, I think, 527 is our last acreage count. And it is moving eastward, which is the direction we needed to go to keep it away from the Thomas Seeley Lake. And we do have containment lines per our objective in the right place, and those lines are holding. So we do, it's tough to put a containment number on it, but we are estimating about 15% containment.
Okay, super. Now, what kind of resources do you have brought to bear on this fire, Catherine?
So right now we have 2 hand crews, which is much needed. We needed those ground resources. This is pretty rough terrain, and we need to get those hand lines in there. So we've got a crew from Missouri, or Missouri, as they say, New Jersey, and we also have a lot of engines. Some sawyers or fellers, we call them, so big long hot saws. We've got some water tenders, and just a lot of single resources or division operators out there, too.
Is there a lot of aircraft working on the fire?
So, currently, because we are sitting pretty good, we are using the aircraft for initial attack. So, if the fire danger is elevating in this area, we need to keep an eye on fires that could be, starting in the surrounding area. So, traditionally, those are for initial attack. So if something does spark up, we obviously don't want that to escalate. So that's their primary objective. And with the conditions that we've had over the last couple of days, to be honest, the ground resources are doing what we need to do.
All right. Now, I understand that north of you is the Bear Creek complex of fires, over 20,000 acres. Any chance of these two fires coming together, or are they still pretty far apart?
My understanding, they are pretty far apart. And I do know we do have a fire in the wilderness area, the Youngs Creek fire, which is a little bit closer. But I don't anticipate these fires coming together anytime soon. At this point, talk about a season-ending event. We need those rains to come in, in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully that will put things to rest. But we got a long way to go. And we'll just keep an eye on things.
Now, Catherine, there has been some report in the last week or so about the scarcity of resources to fight so many fires going on in the West. Has yours, being a rather large fire, was it rather, did you get a bit of a priority when it came to resources?
Yeah, it's basically what happens is we get put on a priority list based on, threats. So, if we find ourselves in a place where, property resources are threatened, directly threatened, we get bumped up on that priority list. But at this time, we set those objectives early. We have not reached those objectives in terms of the containment line. So we are, we're doing what needs to be done on the ground in this particular area. So as long as we maintain that status, we will probably just continue to operate as we are. So, and if something does release in the area in terms of air resources, we did have access to a Canadian air tanker last couple of days, which reinforced those containment lines, which really helped and just maintain those lines and make sure that they are in fact black. So we did have access to that, and it worked great. So as long as we maintain things, we will probably just continue with what we have.
Now, one more quick question. Was Seeley Lake ever really threatened by this fire? I know that one of the more immediate things was it was burning so close to Seeley Lake, and you wanted to, if you will, herd it away from Seeley.
Yeah, wind is the biggest. Wind and topography in this particular part of the country is really the biggest, variable which drives fire. So, I think when it initially started, I know, and I wasn't here, but I believe it, it burnt from lightning, and it grew to 300 acres rather quickly. And then it kind of got into some clear cutting areas, and then the fuels changed, which they were able to maintain it on some of the trails, I believe. So they managed to keep it going east, and the winds have been working in our favor. So, anytime you have a fire 7 miles from the community, it's a concern, and it's nothing to joke about. We take it very seriously, and but like I said, our crews are out there. They're doing the job, and things are looking pretty good today.
Yeah, one more quick thing. If folks are going to be out in that area, I know that many of those trails are closed. What can we do to help you make your job easier fighting this fire?
To be honest, it's a great question. I appreciate that opportunity. Obviously, we just can't afford to have additional fire starts. And I know a lot of these fires are started by lightning, but, there are some human causes out there. And, be respectful of the environment, and, don't have any unnecessary fires or operating equipment. It's dry out there. Just exercise responsibility when recreating and playing in the outdoors. And obviously, if you see firefighting resources in the area, tell them thanks. That's always a good thing to hear, a little pat on the back, and, just be cautious of the equipment driving in your communities, because it's usually big equipment, so you'll know when we're around.